day, all. I'm Rodney Bosch, Senior Editor of Security Sales and Integration. I'm happy to be joined today by Michael Pievler, Vice President of Sales for AtlasIED. Michael's going to tell us what to expect for this year's ISC West show, what's new with the business, and offer some industry perspective. Michael, thanks for joining me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Great. Let's jump right in. What is a leading product or offering your company is showing at ISC West this year, and what makes it unique or special?
Sure. So we'll be there showing a couple of different things, but we'll be focusing on a product family that we call IPX, and that's a mass notification solution. So we're a historical audio manufacturer, about 80 plus year old, family owned business based here in the United States. We really focus on high-end audio for years and have focused on it. What we built is an audio product that also has visual notifications, flashers, a lot of customization, and about 14 different form factors that can be put throughout a facility, education, healthcare, industrial, to be used for both visual and audio notification. And that solution is driven by different head-ins. There's a lot of different solutions out there that can drive it. We actually partner with and resell the single wire head-in solution. So, to the question, what makes the solution unique? It's that we really have the ability to give coverage between we've got 3,000 part numbers total, right? And SKUs. So a lot of speakers, a lot of different audio processors, amplifiers, that kind of thing. And if you combine that with the single wire software, we truly have coverage of an entire facility with a single push. And that could be an actual physical push of a panic button, something done through something like a Cisco VoIP phone, something done, a panic button through an app. Or something from, say, a shooter detection system. And that could trigger an action throughout a facility to ensure that a clear audio notification is made everywhere. So that could, if you take education, it could be classrooms, hallways, gymnasium, where it's a little louder, the ambient noise level's louder, cafeteria. But we can also get the parking lot, the practice field for athletics, the practice field where the band practices, to ensure that all of the staff and faculty and students in that case, or factory workers if it's an industrial environment, are notified of an emergency. And in addition to that, we can also make sure that they get it on a mobile device as well. So we can do both on-premises and off-premises notification. And that can be combined with visual alerts, so flashers and streaming text to give specific instructions.
Excellent. Any other products or offerings you'd like to highlight?
So we will be showing another solution that we have as well called Atmosphere. And Atmosphere is an audio DSP. So it's a solution geared kind of towards hospitality and retail. It's a product that we introduced a couple of years ago. It's actually been very, very successful, particularly since hospitality and retail started coming back. We've seen a lot of growth with the product. What makes it really unique is that it's a really simple product to use. Audio has always been an element of black magic, right? Acoustics and tuning and all this stuff that you have to do. What we did is our engineers built a lot of intelligence into the system. So, for example, much like you have a thermostat, a smart thermostat that can begin to predict changes you want to make and make them for you. We can do the same thing with audio now, where we can listen to an environment, begin to measure the ambient noise level. And the first few times, say it's a restaurant and bar, the few times the bartender increases the volume because the crowd's bigger and louder, we start learning. And eventually the system learns by itself. Now, the reason I share this, and that's one of multiple kind of tools we put into this. The reason I share that with you is we have a lot of security integrators who are looking to increase the share of wallet for the facilities and customers they're working with. They want to make more money with the customers they're selling to already. And so when these restaurants and hospitality environments, hotels and all this are popping up, they're putting in cameras and access lock systems and all kinds of stuff, but they'd like to make a little bit more money off that job. And with this DSP audio solution, and the fact that, of course, we have in-ceiling speakers and alt pendants and all kinds of things that could go in the job, we're able to give them another tool to go sell without requiring a level of expertise as an audio specialist to be able to go in and do that. So we'll be showing both the IPX with single wire and the Atmosphere product in the booth at ISC.
Hey, what else is new or noteworthy about the company for 2022?
I think the biggest thing, we will have some product stuff coming out, but if I mention any of that on this, like an arrow appears out of nowhere and takes me out from product management, so I can't talk about anything ahead of time. But we will have some new introductions later that will be very relevant to the audience. We won't be showing any of those in Las Vegas, but we will have some stuff later. Like everybody, we struggle with getting enough supply through the supply chain right now to really be able to fully release. So we've got some great stuff. And as the VP of sales, it's frustrating. It's sitting on the shelf, but we want to make sure that when we release, we can truly ship, right? And that's being a private family-owned business. We've been able to maintain a really positive inventory position through everything. But I think the biggest thing is that we're really working hard to expand the offering to the security resellers and make audio part of what they have a chance to sell. And so I think the biggest, newest thing is that we're really putting a stamp in the security market as an option for them. And so we'll have a 20 by 20 booth. It's an island, so you can come to us from all sides. It's a chance to really learn about how to grow your revenue stream with some different options than maybe what you've sold in the past. Excellent.
So what would you say your company's overall value proposition is to security dealers and integrators then, Michael? Why should they do business with you?
Well, first of all, I think most of the integrators there are focused on making sure that their local economies are doing well. And we are focused on that as well, being a private family-owned business. My number one directive from my CEO is never make a decision bad enough that I have to lay off an American worker. So we really focus on growing our company and growing our talent here in the United States. So first, we're a private family-owned American business, and we think that's going to resonate with a lot of people. But secondly, again, it goes back to world-class audio. We've been doing audio for 80 plus years. We provide audio into a number of environments that you don't even know. If you own a Polaris or Sea-Doo, you actually listen to our audio. You just didn't know it. And we do that through OEM relationships. And if you've gone through any of about 80% of the large airports in the United States, right? Miami, Orlando, any of the New York airports, O'Hare, DFW, LAX, we're the audio for all those airports, right? So if you're looking for a high-end audio solution at a reasonable cost, right, and a way to expand your offering, AtlasIED is really a fantastic option. And we don't face the pressure that some other manufacturers do because we are family-owned. We can make sure that we do the right thing and take care of our customers. There's no other pressure on us from other entities to make sure we're managing certain dollar values or certain measurements in running the business.
So let's drill down a little bit, Michael. Specific to security dealers and integrators, what do you see as some of the top opportunities in the marketplace right now? What do they need to know about top opportunities?
Yeah, so the mass notification thing is massive right now. So, and it always feels a little weird, Rodney, when we talk about this because I don't ever want to seem like we're capitalizing on this. So in my past life, I was a former junior high and high school teacher, right? So I come from the education space. And when I was interviewing to come here, one of the things that our CEO told me is that there had been an active shooter situation in one of his kids' schools. And he said to me, he said, Michael, we've made a lot of money over the years through education and in the education vertical. We should be doing everything we can to provide more security to these kids. Now, unfortunately, I know because we have a person we work with who is an ex-police and SWAT officer who's active for 30 years. He really fantastic guy, does a lot of great work for us and really helps teach us what's on the other side, which is it's gut wrenching, right? What goes on. But he shared that right now we're on a pace just this year, 2022, to beat the number of mass shootings in schools by 40% in 2022. So yes, there's money out there, and there's more federal money for education for security than there's ever been, right? I've been selling in the education market for 15 years. I've never seen this much money available to the customers. But what I would say to the security integrators out there is there's a market out there. There's a need. We're seeing a pretty significant change in the traditional Bell and PA model, moving to a true mass communication and mass notification model to ensure that every area is covered and that every system can be activated with the single touch of one button. There's a massive opportunity there. And I talk to a lot of integrators that sell parts and pieces, but they don't sell the stuff that ties it all together. And I can't tell you how many schools, higher ed, I mean, universities, junior colleges, and K-12 that I speak to who tell me about situations they've had, and they have 7 systems they have to fire off. And the last time something happened, they got 2 off before they had to take cover or something else, right? And so having a system that's, having 7 different systems that all have to be fired off differently isn't protecting our kids and staff and students, right? And our student and education population has been through insane pressure in the last 1.5 to 2 years, right? And so I think we owe it to do everything we can to create the most safe environment possible. So I hope that the security integrators are looking at that space saying, there's an opportunity here for us to go in and create a safer environment. And by the way, make money and grow our business and take care of our staff along the way.
Michael, as we wrap up our chat, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I would just come by and see us, right? We're going to be in Las Vegas. It's so exciting. We did ISC West last year, and it was, mixed, right? Everybody was trying to get out for the first show for the first time again. And we're just excited to see people. So we're going to have a great group of folks there from our team. We've got a lot of great representatives out there. And I just hope they'll come by the booth, see us, give us a shot, look at it as an option. And hopefully we can go forward together as partners.
Safe travels out to Vegas. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you.